punches and counter.
Looks like Pacquiao's bleeding again. Sorry, Marquez is bleeding.
Looks like it could be the nose bleeding from Pacquiao.
As I was about to say, this does appear to be a candidate for the fight of the year so far.
Absolutely.
That was the thought coming in, that this could very well be the fight of the year.
That's why many esteemed writers from all across the country, boxing writers, were here because we knew what kind of a dynamite matchup this was. And we're just in the 6th round, Lester.
I don't think you've ever seen Pacquiao in a sloppy fight or a fight that wasn't exciting. Usually when you get a right hander against a left-hander, it winds up in a dull fight. Pacquiao's a different breed of left-hander, though. He'll stand there and fight with you. He's not a runner. And, you know, although Marquez may be having a little bit of trouble with it, he's had a lot of experience against left-handers, and that experience that he had in the past with left-handers is paying off for him right now.
Good uppercut, going to the body.
Marquez does not seem frustrated by Pacquiao's left-handed style.
Those 3 knockdowns might as well have been a year ago now, the way he is in the ring. And
yeah,
you can tell though, Marquez has more ability to do different things. He has the ability to adjust.
Well, he's the more technically sound fighter. If you're going to teach a kid to fight, this is the way you teach him to fight, like that. It's hard to teach a kid to fight like Pacquiao does. It's just he's just such an unusual style of fighter. And you might see watch boxing for the next 50 years and never see anybody like him again.
That's into the 6th round, another good round for the champion.
Oh yeah, he's starting to land that right hand as Pacquiao lays in there. Pacquiao, what he's not doing now is landing that left hand. He's getting sloppy with it, where it was straight before, or he was now he's just laying in there and just half throwing the punch.
Double jab, straight left hand.
Double jab, straight left hand. They work on Pacquiao furiously in the corner.
The problem with Pacquiao throwing a jab, he doesn't throw a good stiff jab. He just kind of flicks it out there. But he's got to do something to land that left hand, because just leading with it is making him pay a big price when Marquez counters it this time.
Marquez is a great counterpuncher, like you said, perhaps the best in the business. It's awesome to watch.
That was a beautiful jab. It was a counter. If he'd seen the opening, he would have brought the right hand.
Good combination, backs Pacquiao up.
Marquez is just so technically sound. I mean, his technique is one of the best in the world. You have to admire him as a technician.
I'm certainly I think the Pac-Man does at this point, because he's thinking about what happened 6 rounds ago. Thought we were headed to the buffet. Here we are still.
It looked like that early.
Featherweight championship of the world, living up to the hype. On course to be the fight of the year if this keeps up.
Pacquiao was asked in his corner to double up on the jab and throw that left.
He hasn't thrown anything.
He hasn't thrown anything with that left jab yet.
He hasn't thrown anything this round.
When he doesn't throw the jab, he just gets backed up.
Look at that counter punching. Isn't that beautiful, folks?
We'll see if Marquez starts throwing those body punches like his corner asked him. I think now would be a good time to start attacking the body to Pacquiao. It's so tempting to throw those headshots because he's so open. But I say open, but elusive. While he carries his hands down, you know, you think he's in front of you. The next thing you know, he's to the side of him.
9-year pro and unbeaten his last 13 fights is the lefty Manny Pacquiao, and the champion is unbeaten in his last 13 fights. He's won 11 of them by knockout. Just digging the body. That's what they want him to do.
That was a nice uppercut by Marquez as well. Caught him on the inside.
Round 7 scheduled for 12.
You know, you said both fighters won the last 13 fights. Amazingly, another parallel. Both of them their last losses in 1999. That's 5 years ago.
That's a long time.
They've had some nice stretches there. String of victories, 13 in a row. For Pacquiao, all title fights. 1-0 with the exception of 1.
Because Pereira.
Right.
15 seconds left, round 7.
Wait a second, that was for the People's Championship.
People's the peeps. For my peeps. Good uppercut. Great. I tell you what.
Marquez just picking him.
Marquez is just picking him.
He's got his number now.
That's why he's a champion.
Muy bien, pero bájase un poquito la mano derecha, te están metiendo sus brazos por arriba. Tírale gancho derecho, con gancho al hígado. Ese que tira.
They don't want him to lower that right hand because he's getting hit.
Y controla su izquierda, Juan, pues si tenías un control muy chingón.
Tírala, no le está.
You can see Marquez just looking for a spot. Nice and patient. There's that uppercut we were talking about earlier.
Chant going up around the arena. Mexico, Mexico. I wonder who that's for.
Pacquiao landed another nice left hand right there at the end.
I see the confidence growing in the champ.
Allen, that big 3-point deficit, 3-4-point deficit we saw in the first round,
gone.
I now have it gone. I have Marquez winning the fight 66-65.
Well, the psychology of that is, as we take a look at round 8, is that Pacquiao, that's how he wins fights. And if you knock a guy on his butt 3 times and you don't get, and he's still in front of you, that wears on your confidence and your patience. And now he's getting countered to death. And the people that haven't seen Marquez fight, you see what a brilliant technician he is. That's why I'm so shocked that he got dropped like he did 3 times, because that's not like him.
Well, you know, a lot of people recognize
But it's Pacquiao. I got to give him
for his
credit.
power in his left hand. I mean, every fighter will tell you that's fought him that, you know, it feels like he's got a lead in that left hand, and he can hurt anybody. He can hurt anybody with that left, including a good fighter like Marquez.
Now I'm sensing from Pacquiao that he wants to pick it up here in the 8th round, maybe knowing that he's blown his lead.
One thing is not going to happen is the computer, when the information was fed into it.
Yes? Which computer?
Which computer? Well, one of the websites had a computer fight. They had Manny Pacquiao winning the fight in a 5th round knockout. We know that's not going to happen.
No.
In fact, when you feed all the information to the computer, they had Manny Pacquiao winning the fight 79 times out of 100.
We shall see.
It doesn't look like a 79% chance he's going to win this fight right now.
It's about 50-50 right now.
I think 50-50 is a better number.
We're in the 8th round.
Also, you know, it might have been Pacquiao's manager feeding the information into the computer.
I was about to say, was it a Filipino-made computer?
Well, his promoter, Murad Muhammad, may have financed the computer fight, about what they call it. I don't know what you call it a fight, because they didn't actually fight.
Under a minute left, round 8. Why do you think Pacquiao slowed down so much?
I think he knows that every time he throws a punch, he's paying for it. I mean, he can't do what he did in the first round, just go in there and start throwing those left bombs, because now that part of the fight is over, it's a new fight. And ever since the second round started, Marquez has made him pay for every punch he's thrown.
Marquez swarming him now.
He let him off the hook. He had a chance to go to the body when he had him on the ropes.
He doesn't want to be on the ropes. Marquez needs to get off the ropes. Pacquiao's trying to unload the bombs.
Boy, Pacquiao is about as determined as you can be for a fighter.
A little problem on his right eye. He just ate another right hand to that right eye. I don't know what his vision's going to be like as we go along here. That's the end of round 8. I tell you, Nacho Bernstein is doing a great job over here, keeping his fighter.
Ganas estos rounds, retienes el título. Si empatas, retienes el título, pero una mala actuación en estos rounds te van a quitar la pelea.
Siéntate en el round, has empatado, Juanito. Has empatado y no nos vamos a decidir a los jueces. No queremos ir a los jueces.
Tell him if he has another bad round, if they're concerned, they're going to take the fight away from him. Although I have him ahead, his corner is very concerned he may be losing the fight.
Now come back with the hook for me, okay? Finish him.
Come back to the hook,
Man,
Freddie says.
You've got to back this man up and stay in control. Do not let him back you up, you hear me? Do not let him back you up and take control of the fight, you hear me?
You be the boss out there, son, okay?
Okay. Control mo na yung laban, Brad. Huwag ka ng kumpiyansa, ha? Huwag ka ng kumpiyansa.
Manny, let's go.
They told him in Philippine, have confidence.
It's tough to have confidence. Every time you hit a guy, he hits you back 3 times. That makes it really tough.
I think that was, we're in round 9, folks. Manny Pacquiao, the hero of the Philippine Islands in the flaming trunks. And Marquez, the champion, the hero from Mexico City in the white trunks. It's been a great fight. I think the corner of the champion was exactly correct, telling him what they told him. Do not take a round off here as we go down the stretch.
Oh, you never know what's going to happen, especially in Las Vegas.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you think you've got a fight won. You can think you're winning the fight by 4 or 5 rounds, and you look up and announce you as a loser.
Do they always get it right in Texas?
They don't get it right anywhere. They occasionally get it right in most places.
Yeah, they want the Pac-Man to come forward, but I'm telling you, Marquez has got all the skills. Having said that, I saw him on the canvas 3 times in the first round, so anything could happen in this fight. It's still wide open. We're in the 9th round, under 2 minutes left.
Well, the important thing is that from the difference in the fight from the 2nd round on has been total domination by Marquez. He's made up the 3-point, possibly 4-point difference from the first round, and the way I see it, he's ahead by 2 points in the fight. But as we say, you know, there can be difference of opinions for the judges. It's been a long time since Pacquiao's had a round I thought he won.
Wow, look at that combination, that speed. Just backing him up.
That's where Pacquiao's corner does not want him to be, is with his back to the ropes. They want him coming forward. That's where he's most effective. That's where he has the power in that left hand.
Well, I can see why a lot of people over the years would have ducked Marquez with all his skills and technical ability. And here he is, featherweight champion of the world.
Well, they all ducked him. Prince Nassim Hamed actually gave up his title.
Not to have to fight him.
Not to have to fight him, and Marquez was #1 contender in the mandatory position. Rather than fight him, he just gave it up. And probably for good reason. I think that Marquez would have done probably exactly what Marco Antonio Barrera did.
I think so, too.
But now if he can win this fight here, he's on the verge of a monster fight with another fellow Mexican, Eric Morales. In fact, the winner of this fight, that's where the money's at for them, is in the fight with Eric Morales.
So they got to go up and get him.
But got a long ways to go in this fight for somebody to win.
Boy, Marquez is just wicked with his counterpunching, just tagging you on the chin.
Pacquiao just can't turn it around.
No, he can't. Not at this point.
Although he may.
Good left hand, good right hand, excuse me. Marquez now body shot. And that's what we've been waiting on, is the body punches. Pacquiao's having troubles.
Yeah, his face looks pretty bad. Looks like a beaten fighter right now.
Well, he hasn't won any rounds lately.
Well, that was a very close round. There's maybe some judges that saw that one Pacquiao's way. He was a lot more aggressive that round.
Okay, man. Eat, brother. Yeah. Drink that. Drink a little bit. You need it. Attaboy.
Relax.
All right, Manny. Manny.
Yeah.
The jab and the hook is working great for you, okay?
Okay.
Now I want it more. Okay?
Okay,
Hey, this guy's tired. Do not let him take control of this fight. This is too close to fight right now. Manny, this is for the world championship right here. You gotta stop.
Sigue boxeando con clase, ganándole el round.
Well, keep boxing.
Que no te metas.
Here we go. I don't know about you, Lester, but I'm getting intense as we go along to the last 3 rounds coming up, if it goes that
It's
long.
anybody's fight right here. I mean, it's like a 1-2 point fight either way.
Well,
I've got Marquez winning the fight, but
as I mentioned earlier,
very close.
You heard Freddie Roach wanting the jab and the hook. Jab and the left. Of course, his big power punch is a straight left.
he knows that Pacquiao's got to come in and reestablish himself in the fight. These championship rounds is the fight. I think the fight's going to be won or lost. Right here in the last 3 rounds, that Pacquiao has to come in and start dominating, because he hasn't done anything to dominate a round since way back in maybe the 4th round he won a round. possibly won the last round, but a very close round, tough to score.
Tell you what, you give